Hello, welcome back. Solana Gaming updates. Got a lot to get through tonight. Going to try and get through it. I've got one beer, so I'm hoping to do it in under a beer. Did a Twitter space this week with the Guardians of Esoterra. We had 3 people on stage from GOE, and we also had Jay from the team of Genopets. And we talked about what GOE are, the guild that they're bringing. We talked about how you can start with them. They're taking on people from level 3 onwards. They have specializations within the guild. They actually sounded really, really switched on. I was impressed with the team. They know their content and their Genopets. They understand it. And that's super important when you've got a guild that are going to control people, that are going to control scholars, that you want to learn from. So definitely something. I'll put the links down below. You can listen to it on my Twitter. And of course, I will be linking it into my Spotify. Downloaded it myself, but obviously it's still available on Twitter, so you can grab that. Now, I did a quick little look at Zoolana on mobile. It's nothing major. It's really just them showing us a little bit of content and what the world is going to look like, how immersive it is. Even one thing I didn't say in the video, there was like some lightning and some storm effects in the graphics of it, which shows you future thought. They didn't have to do it. The graphics for the Zennies were quite poor, as in very basic, but they're building it out, and it's important that we see these little things building out along the way. Worth mentioning as well, eyes per chain. I'm having a look at the alpha, beta, whatever it is on mobile. It's not as good as the computer. I preferred the computer version of it. On mobile, it's a bit janky, but it's good to see that come along. I've heard them in a few spaces of recent as well. I'll show it later. I'm just thinking of something else. Degen Apes did a small phone burner game. So Shill Zine this week, I had a couple of pages I wanted to look at. This is the artist Daramola. I know nothing about Daramola, except for this was the Solana Spaces artist this week for the NFT, and it was also a music NFT. It was awesome. Every single week, if you don't know about Solana Spaces, you should be getting into it. You should be trying to get onto their drip. You can get codes if you need one. Let me know down below. Now, this is on the Shill Zine, and obviously Vincent works very hard. Links always down below for me. There was something else I wanted to see. This, I love this. I love this. I really hope this is in a computer game somewhere. Now, I was looking at Magic Eden this week, and I just mentioned Eyes per Chain. They've got a mobile game. They were in Ignition 2021. They've been building out Indonesian team. I've had Mr. Rudy on stage several times. Met him in Lisbon. Shook hands with him. I've seen him play his computer game. I've seen him play Eyes per Chain. And I like him. I've liked the team for a long time. 0.09 to get NFTs into that game. I just see that as a potential, not financial advice, but as a potential, just a hit and hope. What else have I been looking at this week? I added Eternal Dragons to my list. I want to have a look at getting those. I did see one of the community members at Lisbon and had intended on buying it. I think at Grape Protocol we got some. So I want to chat with the Gaming Council this week and see how they go with that. There was something else I was looking at. I'm keeping my eyes heavily on Genopet habitats. So I bought a Genesis at 24. Solana was a lot less than it is now, so things move around. But I'm looking, I made my own habitat, so I'm using one habitat with a sub-habitat, and I'm looking at getting a second one, or buying a seed and making it and working out what the better profit is. But if you are playing the game, you've made that big decision, and you'll hear this from listening to the space that we did this week. Do you buy a Genesis or do you buy a normal? So you're looking at around $250 to be able to get a Genesis habitat. Now, they've got good perks of that, but something I have also been looking at is the Dejin Royal guns. Savage minted these at, I think they minted at 0.5. There's 3 rarities, the little blue one, then it goes the fire one, then it goes this bright blue one, and then the banana blasters. So they don't have a huge volume, but for Degen Royal, I'll show a slide of that later. Tokens. What are we looking at? Bitcoin almost at 24 bucks. 24k. Did you hear that noise? Fresh beer. Solana just under 25 bucks. GMT just under 60 cents. Now VC unlocks should be happening soon. Bonk 88 Satoshis. Sats. 88 Sats. So that has definitely just keeps going down and down. Now there's a lot of projects talking about it still and trying to use it and take that community sentiment and stuff like that. But you've got to be very, very careful with meme coins. Defi Land 1.4. Now it was funny to see. I've talked a little bit about Defit, and you've got to be very, very careful about it. When I get to the slide, I'll show it. But it went up to like 11 cents. Keep in mind, Defit's still very, very early. I don't know if they've done a VC yet, whether he's wrapped that up to expand it. At the moment, it's very Ponzonomic based. So I'm not saying that in a bad way. You've got to understand where it is. And post Steppen, I understand Ponzonomics a lot more and how to see them in a game myself. But I'm investing for myself. You've got to work out where you're going into. So if you want 3,000 tokens to be able to get bronze membership in Defit, that's, you know, $300. That's a fair bit. If you want silver, I'm silver at the moment, and I will go towards gold. So that is my intention. But I don't know that I want to buy it at 10, 11 cents. So it's hard. So it's hard thinking maybe I've missed it. Maybe it's gone a lot, gone earlier than I know it. Where are we? 6 cents has been at the 6 cents range for quite a while. December last year. Let's look at 6 months. Because it's been out for a very, very long time. So 6 cents. So the last kind of from January till now, it's gone right up. All right, so just be careful when you're buying into tokens like that. And I want to talk about it. I want to show some numbers for it and talk about why. I'm not saying it's a bad project. I like it. It's a daily part of my moving exercise, a part of my Steppen, a part of my Genopets, a part of Defit. I think people are going to use multiples. Now, I've got a little thing here for the Melbourne Hacker House. This is on the 20th of February. It's a Monday. I'm going to be running at Parkrun on the Saturday. I'm close to my personal best speeds for my 5 kilometers, but it's bloody hot here in Cairns. I'm talking 26 to 30 degrees and 80 to 100% humidity depending on the time of day. So I'm hoping in Melbourne I can have a really big crack. Now on the Friday, the 24th, is the mixer, the closing down party. But the hacker houses are free. They are worthwhile. There's going to be a lot of university students. There's going to be a lot of projects presenting. I'll do a talk on one of the days with the gaming panel of Australian gaming projects building on Solana. This shit excites me. I went to 4 last year, and I'm very much looking forward to the Melbourne Hacker House. Parkrun that I will be going to will be the Albert Park Parkrun. I've got that showing up. While it loads, I'll have another swig. So one of my friends has told me Albert Park should be 8 a.m. on a Saturday. So it's very close to the Hacker House and that. So it's very, very good. What have we got here? Genopets. They've just changed their crafting. So the crafting was in early stages of pricing, and it's now heavier. So a lot of people that were in the know did a lot of crafting. So one of the gentlemen from GOE talked about how he did 500 crafts before the event, and that's something that the guild is working at. That's where they think they'll make some profit from the game. So Genopets is not a get rich quick game. It's based around doing steps. You don't have to be an athlete. You can get a free pet on Android, Apple, and you can slowly grow up with the pet in exercise. So when you start off with a level 0, level 1 pet, you can't put many steps into it. So it's kind of a cool thing I thought of as well, is that you can't go and walk for 4 hours and boost it up super quick. You can buy key and you can convert that into energy, but then that's pay to play. That's pay to not pay to win, so to speak, but you can buy key and expand the game. They're going to have their fetch and toy game and the feeding mini game. They're going to come out soon. But the game itself, the ecosystem and potential chance to make money is going to come from crafting, which is done by the community. And guilds and all of that will be not controlling it as such. They will be in a way. Some of the bigger guilds, you know, like a lot of these games in Solana have massive whales in the game controlling it. And not always for a detrimental. Sometimes they're doing well. They want to see the game succeed. But the crafting is definitely worthwhile. So that has changed. Understanding it is super important. Hopefully we get to do another space on crafting. I think it's going to take a lot of time to understand it. So you can see some tweets out there regarding that. But my little barn dog has got up to level 26. So it's slowing down. I'm getting about a level a week. But I just added a sub-habitat. So that means I use 4,000 energy to do 4,000, it is energy to do my main habitat to harvest the key. And then 2,050 to do another level 1. So 6,000 of my daily energy is going into that rather than XP. So if you're going to choose to be earning key, then of course there's a combat. Do you do that? Do you add in that extra habitat? All those kinds of things. But I made it from seeds from my Genesis, so I thought, fuck it, I'll just throw it on. And you can see that they're the habitats there. So my main habitat is a Genesis. It's a water Genesis, and then I made a fire just for shits and giggles. I had no idea why, so I just made fire, water and fire. I did a little bit of minting myself and did a rare horn, and I think I did a what was the other one? Uncommon antenna. Everything else was common for me. All right, Defit. So Defit is in the move to earn bracket, and all of these tokens, every day you're earning tokens. So what happens if all you do is earn tokens, people will cash out those tokens. Now, we can't receive tokens we earn yet. That is due for February. But the teammates, this part of it is good. And they've got the Web3 part of it. Go and check out their white paper. If you're thinking of investing into any of these games, you should have an understanding of the white paper. Don't just listen to me. Go and do some research on top of it. So today I got 11.9 Defit from my walk. Last night I did a run, and that was, what did I run? I ran just over 15 Ks. So I believe that was close to an hour that counted for the activity. The day before I walked, and I had a buff. I had an aura received from my team, which is the Fearless 50 with Phil. And I could have held that buff and used that buff for my run and got a much greater percentage in tokens. But as I'm running my own team as well, and I've only got 8 members in there. If you want to join in, I'd love 2 more. Send me some notes down below and we can link that up, because it works in teams. Every 5, when you give your team an aura, you get 1 per 5 members. So having 10, 15, 20, that's the sweet spots, because then you're giving the most people in your team that chance. What I liked about it was when you give a free-to-play player an aura, they are then classed as a bronze member. One of the gentlemen, ZD, a Canadian young fella in his 30s, I'd love to catch up with him. And this is the thing, I want to make mine a bit social. We're setting up a Discord channel for it. I want to talk to my people. I want to get to know where they are, where they live. I had an Austrian gentleman join me this week as well. And I gave him the bonus, and he got 5 or 6 Defit. We're not talking about hundreds of dollars. We're not talking about tens. We're talking about a few dollars. Now, is the token going to boom? I don't know. But still, if you think about that, he's earned those 6 tokens doing nothing as a free play. You can't receive them yet. And of course, you're on Polygon, which is a layer 2 on Ethereum. So it's completely different with fees and transactions and all that kind of things. But it's their Web3 parts that they've got coming out. It's the baby fit side of it. It's the fit bags. They're the important things. The gamification, it looks good. I'll get to meet the team when I go to Paris, which is April 2nd, to run the marathon there. So I'm looking forward to it. And it's Solana Gaming with Barndog. It's always going to be Solana Gaming with Barndog. But even though this is on Polygon, I like that it's a part of my process. So Bit more research into that. Make sure you don't just go spending thousands of dollars and speculate on the token. A little bit more research into the game. Now, Steppen has announced today that they are not going to do, they're not going to bring out the Rainbow Plus pool. Means nothing. This is the leaderboard for Fearlessville. Why does it mean nothing? I'm still very shirky with Steppen. Now, I can't sell my Ethereum Genesis. That's just not selling. It's pretty much a dead chain. Earnings is very bad on Steppen all round. The last 2 weeks, the servers have been terrible. I feel like they have lowered their servers. So I believe that what it feels like to me is that they've dropped down to very much lower serving servers to serve less people because people have probably left the game. This is speculation on my behalf, but they've probably had so many people leaving the game. They're thinking, why are we running these big servers? So they will just drop them. And that's not a refreshed thing. So the last 2 weeks, there's been days where we've lost a day of exercise and earnings based on the fact that their servers aren't working. They're doing nothing. The game has had very minimal updates and changes. They've still got problems with their GMT earning. And they're right around their VC unlocks. So it feels like a carrot where they're saying, we're not going to bring out the Rainbow Plus. What it likely is they're just not going to make any money from it. The whales probably won't buy into it. People are leaving. Who knows? There's a lot of speculation there. I do this daily still. I use my assets. I'm still trying to sell a Genesis. Can't get rid of it. Where are we? Let's have a swig. Now, this is the NFT. This is their drip this week. So look, not their best, but this is free. They're getting these people out there. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. What is this? Oh, this is from so this was last week's, and the week before, I believe. Last week there was a male female version. Sets on Krit. That must be his other thing. They do a lot of really cool things. Gib I've got there because it was for Solana Spaces. Now, Dejin Royal. I've loaded that up with several wallets. Not several wallets, 2 wallets. I had a bit of a play around. Why is my... Try and get these things loading up. I had all this loading up beforehand. I apologise. This is a screenshot from using a free player in it, and the gun is... I don't know. You can't zoom in and have a full look at the gun. This was actually pretty fucking good. I was very, very impressed. So I'll put the link down before on how to set up to it. It's on Steam, which is really, really cool. And there's no buying assets for it. You can use your Degen assets. You can use your Monk. You get the free one from Drip. This is why it's great to have Solana Spaces. They did the knittable. So you can do that with that. And one of the reasons why I want to go and buy the guns for them, they've just done the mint on Ethereum as well. So it's cross-chain. What does multi-chain mean? Getting out to the masses and bringing in players. So there might be 1,000 players in Solana. There might be 1,000 players in Ethereum. Bang, 2,000 players. You've doubled your player base. So what are we looking at here? I'll add some gameplay into the back end of this because I've got to load it up, and to do that it'll take a few minutes. But it is good. I like it. I'll put it on with after my Remnants and my Defi Land. What are we looking at here? You can see the ones, my Ape, Guest NFT, the Panda, the SMB, the Degen Drop Bear. I was using the bear for a while there. I like that you can load it up and you're working on your own ping. It's clean. I was so impressed with it. They've done 2 great things this week I've seen. I've got the Grape linked out. I'll be doing AMAs with Grape again. trying to get games on there. If you've got any games that want AMAs, anything that DAOs can buy into, potentially great games coming out, please hit us up. Let me know down below, and we'll see what we can do. Now, Zoolana, let's have a look at this. I didn't see all that in my game when I loaded it up. But I like it. Even if you're not playing the game, right? What they're doing is they're keeping us appraised. They're keeping us in the loop of the building process. Games take up to years to come out, and I cannot wait to see the beta. Now, Solana Spaces was one of the first tweets I saw for this, and this is Dropout, which is a link with Octo Gaming or Octo something, but it's an app, 25 to 50,000 daily active users. I did 70 games today. I did a few and thought, this is shit, this is basic. But it's strangely, it's actually a bit of fun. You go up to jump, you go down to slide and do it. And there's a bit of skill involved to it, and you play games. And when you load up, you get 200 golds, and you do a 1 gold bid, not bid, 1 gold. And if you win, you get 2. So it's, it's not terrible. It's a way to gain your gold up, and you have a look and you get a level. I got up to Shrimp, which is level 2. Degen Apes have done some prize announcements in their Discord, so you can win prizes with them. Nothing NFT wise by the looks of it. I think you're winning Octo prizes. So there was a skin or something like that and some Octo prizes. But it was actually strangely quite fun. See the gameplay. It's got volume by the looks of it. There is volume in the game. Very basic, right? We're talking Mario Bros type shit. Oh. Alrighty, apologies. I had a bit of a dropout last night with power, which caused us to lose a phase. I had to fuck around, and this is the following day tapping on the end of the video. You can see this was a screen of my average 415 on the games, 1456 high score. I've been playing a bit, having a bit of fun. Now, I just loaded up Dejin Royal before I started recording today. One more on these tabs I had was the game.fi, so G4ME. .fi game 3, whatever it is, however Krit spelled it, it's funny. He's launched his official white paper, and what he's aiming to do, he's covering 3 games with Steppen, Genopets, Sleeper Gotcha. He aims to add more subject matters, and it is to help people. It's to help people with the game understand the white papers, break it apart, because it's not always intuitive how to play these particular games. So it is great to see. Have a read. It's a great community. You've got a good chance of being able to win some prizes. You see Krit, K10 as community manager, Vamanos as the design system manager, Blazed as the full stack developer. They've been working pretty hard. I haven't seen the app, the app that's been built. I've seen some of Krit's previous work, and he's there for the people. I like it. It's really, really cool. So there is a big white paper for that. You can have a read of that. You can see it sectioned off into 3 games. So no doubt they'll get a handle on those 3 games. And then by getting a handle, he understands the subject matter. It's about getting a handle of it in the app, building the app out, not trying to rush it. So definitely worthwhile. I'll put all the links in, of course. Now let's have a quick look. I just loaded up a game of Dejin Royal, and it's not terrible, right? You run around. So I've got my my Degen Ape set here, and you can just randomly jump in and see people at times. See games, see different things. You can have maximum of 12 people. What was I going to say about it? You can just log in and create a lobby. So it's going to be something with which you're going to be able to just have challenges, matches. If you're in different pings and different locations. I've only noticed this. I don't know this from a developer's point of view. I had to have a bit of a chat to them. but it feels not laggy when I'm doing it in my own server, and when I join into other people's servers, it feels a bit laggier. So you've got to, you know, I'm in Queensland, Australia, whereas obviously America is going to be a different ping in a different time zone. So it might be really cool to be able to set up games of different time zones and things like that, different locations. Yeah. So, I'm sure we'll see more and more from this. They did an Ethereum mint. Oh, that's someone loaded into my game. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Someone loaded in. See, that's what I mean by just random. Oh, reload, reload, reload. Oh, God. It's actually going to make me play first-person shooters again. I like the simplicity of it. It's not a hardcore. You don't have to be real hardcore at it. Bit of strafing involved. It's been a while. Spliffy. He got me. I like it. Well done, Spliffy. It is great to see. All right, I've got to log out, though, dude. I've got to log out. If you see you on there, Spliffy, jump in and... say hello in the comments down below. So you can see it loads in with different ones. And you can go and get yourself... I can't work out. This particular wallet won't load the knittable. And that's the one I was trying to show. So let's go and have a quick look at where I am in the old Remnants. What do I got in here? Nothing. Send her back out. I bought a 16th this week. I got a Remnant with a lightsaber. It was a Sheila. She was at a goodish price, goodish rarity, all that kind of stuff. What did I do recently? I've been working on a money builder. And then I'm currently going to work on... What am I working on next? I don't know. I'm doing books at the moment. So I'm upgrading my tome. Where are we? My survival guide, I'm upgrading that for my female remnant that is in the military base. 26 minutes, so I'll get to upgrade that. She's not using 3 tier 9s. But remnants, we've got the highest mint. A lot of DAOs, a lot of guilds, a lot of people are talking about it. I don't know much about Heist. I know that it's got Juice leading it from Remnants. But it's Longwood Labs is a overarching... production house for the whole lot, so it'll be good to see. Now, of course, there was a tweet out this week which talked about showed some particular things from the Discord, and it was interesting because it showed particular, very specific parts of a conversation. So if you're going to link something out, you should really show the whole conversation. But it talks about how the Remnants ecosystem is broken, and it is in a way. So once you've got all of your Remnants and they've all got tier 9 items in them, what do you do with the tokens that you earn in game? You sell them. That would be the logical explanation to it. So the thing is, how do you build a system like that? How do we build a World of Warcraft for a crypto base where people can potentially make money? It's going to be interesting to see the next pivot. So you see the team, Longwood Labs, the Remnants, in specific, they've pivoted towards the production house and getting that next game out and building services for other platforms, for other games. Because look at Degen Royal. I don't think the core Degen apes would have built that. They would have paid a production studio to do it for them. So there's going to be a lot of work like that for games to do it. But what I'm saying with that is, tokenomics, build pass for games. I'm very excited to see how it pans out, how it updates, how it changes, and get successful gaming loops. So Remnants has been going for over 12 months now, with update after update. They don't do big major updates at the moment, but the beta will come out and it'll be a whole new game. So what does that mean for the people that own Remnants now in the next? I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be honored, but it still keeps me interested. I don't just cash out my tokens. I haven't cashed out any tokens. I've actually bought some Goldie. I'll continue to look at Remnants and all of that. Let's have a quick look at Defi Land. I learned something this week. I had some mates in the doghouse that had some spare NFTs. One had a cat here. Old O'Brien had a cat, and there was a chook. Someone had a chook as well. So I've pinched them off them. But what I actually learned was, other people may have known this, but if you've got equipment, so not animals, but if you've got equipment, a harvester, a shooting gun, or a fishing rod, and they've got different levels of upgrade timers, you can actually go into it while it's upgrading. So if I come back in 1 hour and 39 minutes, I can start that tube upgrading to level 33. I didn't know that before, so I'm not reliant on this 1 day, 2 hour timer. Whereas if you go to an animal, a cat, let's look at this one as a good example. This 3 hours, 58 minutes until it finishes. The big thing that's going to be slowing this down is the epic head. That's going to be taking over 24 hours to upgrade now. But the body, they're going to be behind. So it's just an interesting way. If you buy an asset from the marketplace and it's all upgraded at different levels, you can micromanage the upgrading. So you can come in, you can have a look, and you can see the timers. It's just a little way of micromanaging it. But if you have Defi Land assets sitting there, you think maybe one day you might level them up, they can take 3-4 months plus to upgrade. Consider it. So it may mean adding tokens. It may mean adding a little bit of capital into the game, doing some Solana exchanging for some Goldie or some DFL. But Mr. Sergeant Savage had this wicked fishing rod here with a legendary reel. Not super wicked because it's unfortunately got a common float, but it is a really, really good fishing rod. But that is gonna, that's another 70 days. 70 upgrade levels. Some of those are going to be 2 days in upgrades. So that's going to be 3-4 months to upgrade that. So I've started working on that because I want to get out there and fish with it and see what it does. But Defi Land, cruising along. They've got the Lama mint coming up soon. Don't forget that. Don't forget, of course, I added in the mailbox. I've been keeping sneaky eyes on the marketplace just to see, we're in a bear market. So I'm just curious as to what people are doing with their NFTs. Are they trying to dump them, offload them? I would like more dogs, more cats, just because I've only got 2 dogs and I've got 3 cats. I've got enough chooks now. I could go 1 more cow. I like the animals. Duck, I could go probably 1 more duck. So it's interesting to see. I see this dog here. Remember, you can actually see it's 30 of 30. You can see the abilities leveled up. Now, I did notice I was having another look in Magic Eden. Do. You see, no beer. I drank that last night. Now, I talked about this week how I will be looking at buying a Banana Buster. Doggo. What was I looking at in here? Oh, any of the NFTs. Oh, you can see the rarities in... You can see the rarities in your Phantom wallet. Although they do show it here. Barrel type, common. Charm type, common. Scope type, common. And handle type, uncommon. So you can actually see what the rarities are. And remember, you can go to DFL. You can get the address for the rarity checker if you want to do it a little bit quicker. But you can see what it is. But does it actually show you the level of them? I think it does in Phantom. Type, name, level. Level 5 of 50, 2 of 30, 2 of 30. So it does show you that. Doing the research on that, it may mean if you get a 30 of 30 common item, that saved you 1 to 2 months of upgrading on top of the DFL and the Goldie to do it, to spend it. So sometimes it might pay to spend that 0.1 Solana extra, that 0.2 Solana extra to have a fully loaded item if you're getting into it. So doing a little research in the bits and pieces of the games will be good. Mission Control, this is, of course, for Project Loon. They've had a lot of tweets, information out. They're doing a very good YouTube series where they've got the team members talking about the pets and all of that. Kaiju Cards did something this week. They tweeted out about the next update should be coming out soon. The next play for this game. So the beta, I'm not sure if they would call it the beta, but the next version of their playable game, they talk about the updates there. I did a bit of a tweak for that. And apparently, I think Degen Academy in the homeroom. So I think from playing Dejin Royal is going to be an opportunity to get some gold stars. You see, I've got 52. I think it's 169 to get a loot box, and that'll work towards the dynamic rarities or the dynamic traits to change your original Degen apes. But lots happening, lots and lots and lots and lots happening in gaming. I'm excited. There's a lot of, it's like a lot of the teams have come out of Christmas. They want to smash it. They want to get some things going for February, March, showing people what's happening, even though it's during the bear. Yeah, hope you guys like. Thank you, Mother, for the rabbits.